Okay guys, it's time for the almost bi-monthly Motorsport Manager audio issues intro from Jay. So, for some reason Windows has once again changed my mic volume to 100, and because I'm a scrub and recording Shadow Play, they're not separate audio tracks. So it means a couple of things. One thing, unfortunately, you can barely hear the game volume in this, so sorry about that. And also, because it was set at 100% mic volume, it was incredibly distorted. So I've tried to clean it up as much as I can. You can only notice it in places now, but just a warning. I hope you enjoy the episode anyway, and we'll have it fixed for next time. Roll the video. Well, welcome back everybody then to the single-seater playthrough in Motorsport Manager. Motorsport Manager. And of course, last time out, we got our reward for the tenacity we've shown of keeping this series going now for almost a year and a half. It's ridiculous. And a fantastic win for Monroe. I'm still not entirely sure how it happened, but it happened and it was amazing. Ecker also completed the weekend with a nice podium as well. And it now means that we're somehow leading the Constructors' Championship. I don't know either. But it's good. It takes the pressure off a little bit. Those points in the bag mean that that 7th or above it's not 100% secure yet, but we're well on our way, and hopefully we might be able to beat P6 from last year. And that's what we want to do. We want to keep this car moving forward, keep this team moving forward, and we will eventually, sometime in the year 2022, reach our goal. So let's get on with today's episode then, shall we? And no mistakes last time out from the pit crew. They've generally been very good, I think, this year. Gearbox is finished. We'll take a look at that in a minute. Yeah, none of our current crew have made a single mistake this year. We might have to swap a couple of them out due to fatigue, but we'll wait till before the race and once again try not to forget. And I need to... Was this our first or second gearbox? That was our second gearbox, so we can move on now to something else. So, I mean, our car's pretty level, to be fair. The gearbox is obviously the biggest move forward we can make. I think we shall go for some front wings. Obviously, one of our front wings is very low, and the other one is probably lower than most of the highest of the other parts, apart from the brakes. But I think we'll go for some front wings. They'll be pretty cheap. Well, 650,000, but you know what I mean. I'm not bothered about reliability because we can always sort that out later. So we'll go for plus 20 in the low speed corners. 700,000 out the window. But we're doing okay for money. We're making money now. And for the first half of the season at least, we're going to be able to spend some money. You got to spend money to make money, kids. Well, it's true. But you've also got to get the money in the first place, is the problem I've always found with that saying. Our reserve, Carol Aya, has found religion. Good. People need driving forces in their lives, I guess. And it's increased her morale, so that's good. What else did that increase? Her focus. Oh, I guess it would. Yeah. I can see why. She's doing a good job as reserve. It'll be interesting to see if we get an injury with any of our drivers this year, and we get a chance to put her in to see how she does. Considering how much Monroe has surprised me, she may well be a good reserve option, good driver option. But Ecker is still doing a great job as well, so I don't really have a problem with any of our drivers at the moment. We're doing well. So we need to get this new gearbox ready. I'll take it off the suspension. Performance is still, actually no, we might as well switch that to the new gearbox as well. And I think we'll switch these brakes to those brakes. It's going to be a little while until we've got some new brakes, so we'll need to get them as high as we can in terms of reliability. We got a politics vote coming up. The addition of the Ardennes Grand Prix. We're not actually listed as a team that either it'll benefit or not benefit, so I think we're just going to abstain. It really doesn't bother me what tracks we turn up on. We've got to improve the car as much as possible, and then turn up to the tracks and hope we do well. Really, we can't. I suppose if you were really gaming this, you could, you know, sort of tailor your car to whichever tracks there are most. So if there are lots of tracks on the calendar, or the majority of tracks that need a good gearbox or good aero, then I guess you could game it in that way. But that's far too advanced for me. Goodness sake, I haven't got time for that. Right, front wing is done, so let's make another one, and we'll go for. That'll take it to 576, 571. Go for 576. We can always improve it and get that made. And we'll switch the reliability off of probably those brakes to that new front wing. Doubtful. Actually, we've got 18 days still. It might be ready. You never know. We want to get those gearboxes as high as possible, so we'll leave the reliability on that. We'll check back in a few days and probably switch that suspension to something else. We got some new sponsor offers. Hopefully more 4-star. There we go. That's more like it. Upfront 350, 150,000 per race for 7 races is around about $1 million. Plus 350 up front. Not worth it. $1 million up front. No, we'll Bebites. Bebitas. I was having a stroke there. 2.7 million in the bank. This is what it was all about. All your guys' advice on improving the marketability of our drivers. We're now finally getting those rewards then. There are some new crew members to hire. P. Martin looks okay. Doesn't really have this. What would be useful here is the star rating. I know you just check the numbers, but it'd be nice to have a quick glance at the star ratings as on that table, so you can quickly check who's better. You know, our picker's doing a good job. I don't want to spend any more money. This is the problem we always get into. We finally start making money and then we spend it on stupid stuff. So let's not do that. Let's be frugal and just sip away at our bank balance for a change, shall we? Or more likely just spend it all on new parts to try and increase the car. You can see the thing we're really excelling at the moment is the sponsors. The car is now up to P7 with that new front wing and new gearbox then. So we're definitely moving forward and quite a lot quicker, considering how quickly we seem to switch back between 7th and 9th. We're obviously incredibly close with other guys. Merchandising opportunity. I haven't seen this one before. Drinks company have approached us with a new idea. They want to create a hilarious little plastic figurine of Clara Ecker and ship her with every crate sold. Might not be the most ethical money we've ever made, but there's sure a lot of it. Why on earth would the chairman not be happy with that? Surely that's a great marketing opportunity. And Ecker, she's been recognised enough that they want to make little figures of her. I feel that's the wrong way around. That could only be a positive. I mean, we're going to take the money. Minus 10 morale and a small decrease with the chairman's happiness. It really isn't a problem. Oh, there was a little thing there why the chairman was justifying himself why he hated it. I think he said that it was the wrong kind of money making or something. Look, chairmans of anything. There is no such thing as the wrong type of money. Let's just make that abundantly clear. Okay. Right, I'm just going to switch that suspension. It's only going to make a couple of % difference, but hey ho. I want to do the rear wings next. I don't want to spend too much resources on improving those. Gearboxes are going up slowly. What are the other performances on? The suspension, I'm not going to do that till after the rear wings, so we may as well continue on that. And we've got the other front wing finished then. You know, we've got so much money, we can just keep these parts rolling, which is really nice. So we're going to go straight in at the rear wing and improve that. Plus 25 to max. Get it done. Get it number 2. Number 1. Did I say number 2? That's terrible. I should never make that mistake. Right, what can we take the reliability of? Probably that gearbox. It's probably high enough, to be fair, especially where the other one's at. and will improve the reliability. Those front wings aren't going to be ready for Phoenix, but they will be ready hopefully the race after that. We're just drip feeding the parts through constantly. As long as we've got new parts every weekend, it's good news. That rear wing's finished already. God, they're flying in. This is beautiful stuff. Plus 40 during qualifying. No, I want race. Definitely don't want to boost during qualifying. It's not a good use of money. And we have that rear wing then. If that tooltip could go away. There we go. We'll switch the suspension to that rear wing then. And with any luck, we should be able to have 2 front wings and 2 new rear wings on the car for the following race, which will be glorious. We're going along nicely here. Right, should we go first? I mean, we're clearly going to win every race now after last time. 9-4 above again with Wan Che. Encourages us to get into the top 10. I mean, if we were being safe with this, we'd go Golden Tiger, but look. First, 4th in Beijing, 8th in Singapore, 9th should be the bare minimum we're aiming for. Right, do we want to risk that front wing? No, I don't want to risk it. Let's just back up our good result last time with a decent finish and not push it too much. You know what? Munro's going to get the new gearbox. I would have thought that would have peed off Eka, but apparently not. Apparently it doesn't take whether it's a new part into consideration. Not bad for a reserve driver, as fuck said. Right, we're done. We're ready. So as per usual, this is gone on far too long, this section. So I'll get through practice and then I'll be with you once again for qualifying. Okay, both drivers out for qualifying then. A pretty good practice session. Managed to max out medium tyres and race trim. 96% for Munro, 94 for Eka or Evans, who was in the whatever her name is. I think it's Evans. I've forgotten completely. Our reserve driver who's got higher feedback, so we put her in always for the practice sessions. She only got 94, but I think I've gone the right way on strategy on a small change for qualifying, so hopefully that will improve. Once again, really, we're trying to get into the top 10. 9th or above is our target. I don't think we've been too good at achieving that so far this year, but our car has definitely made a lot of progress since the last race, so I'm pretty hopeful that one of our 2 drivers can get into the top 10 comfortably. But of course it doesn't matter until you turn a wheel in anger on track. You can run all the simulations and stick all the parts on the car you want. It depends how the track reacts. The car even reacts to the track on that day. And Eka is first across the line, 24.3. Munro does a 25.1. So a big old difference between our 2 drivers. And of course we would be expecting Eka to do slightly better. And she looks really on form this weekend. And that's reflected in the timesheets. And Eka's time is looking incredibly competitive at the moment. So hopefully she can maybe find a little improvement. She's lying P3 after the first round of runs then. Munro 18th. Talk about a contrast between the 2 drivers. But only 1.2 seconds behind the entire field. It's not that short a lap, to be fair. So that's pretty staggering how close this field is. Definitely no rain coming. Right, we may have left that a tiny bit too late. No, we haven't really improved. We've just gone back to the 94% setup. So, anyway, she's on form and she's P3 at the moment. So, apparently that 94% setup isn't too bad. I think medium tyres are going to be our race tyre. So, I'm pretty confident in using a second set of softs. It's something I haven't really thought about much this season, but we do have an awful lot less tyres available to us than normal. And if we get to a track where tyre wear is very high, that's when we might start having an issue of not being able to stay on the tyre we want to. But hopefully, I don't think the tyre wear should be too bad around here in practice. they did a fair few laps on the same set of tyres and they were okay. So we should be okay for a fairly low stop race. So let's see how our guys do. If Eka can improve, I mean, second row of the grid, P3 is already pretty staggering. Monroe, we need to see a big improvement. He's got double perfects there on the warm-up. So he has every chance of making a big improvement. And Eka's going to need to improve because people are going quicker. So let's see how she does. So as you come through the second sector, she's a tenth down. Monroe, 4 tenths down. So it looks like it's going to be improvement from Monroe. But where's Eka go? She improves up to P5. Monroe goes P10. Big improvement from Monroe. And Eka finds a couple of attempts to boot as well. And we're 5th and 10th then. Both cars inside the top 10 for... You know, my memory's terrible, so someone can probably correct me. But I think it's the first time in a while that we've had both drivers in the top 10 anyway. It certainly feels like it hasn't happened much. And I was saying about how close this field is. I mean, 1.1 seconds between all 20 cars. But 1/10 of a second between 1st and 5th. Technically, between 1st and 6th. That's incredibly tight. And strategy is going to be more important than ever here if everybody's this close on pace, because I would say based on those times anybody in the top 10 even could win this race. So let's see, shall we? So we'll go with medium tyres and race trim. I'm not too bothered about nursing the car. We're okay on reliability at the moment. I'm kind of okay with the engine. It's stock engines. I think we're just going to go medium race trim, try and get the maximum performance out of those practice slots. Now, let's take a look at what the tyres should do. So 8 to 10 laps. So I think we're going to go mediums for both cars. And we're going to try here to do a one-stop strategy. You could do a 3 on 2 sets of softs, even 3 sets of softs. I think most of the AI are going to do a one-stop on the mediums and the hards. We'll try and do a one-stop on just using mediums, but we've got that hard tyre available if we need it. So I'm going to put 15 laps of fuel in for Eka. And for Monroe, I'm going to go a little bit lower. I'm going to go on 13, I think. See if a little bit less fuel can help him get through the traffic early on. And of course we're going to attack and overtake from the beginning. See how good a start they can get. So P5, P10. Let's see how we do, shall we? This should be a good race. We just want a solid top 10 finish for both our cars after that incredible start last time. Eka made a great start and then got blocked in. As per usual, the AI not able to... They just pick a line and stay on it. They can't deviate sometimes. But Eka's more than made up for it through turns 1 and 2. She's up to P2. Monroe's made a shocker of a start, already down in 15th place. And I don't quite know what's happened with him there. But we're going to concentrate on our main girl at the moment. P2. She's got a snarling group of cars behind her, so she's going to have to stay vigilant here. Right, tyres are warmed up, so we're going to go back to neutral. We're going to go back to medium on the fuel as well, and hope they can hold their positions. Well, I hope Monroe can go forward, but let's hope that Eka can hold on to that second place. Almost all the cars, apart from Lamphinen and ourselves, in the top 10 are on soft tyres. And unless they go soft hard, they're going to struggle to do a one-stop on that. But I think they probably will go soft hard, especially considering how many drivers have gone on the hard tyres. The medium should give us that longer lifespan to be able to go deeper into the race. And then our hard tyres will be a bit... I think it will be hard tyres. We'll see how it goes anyway. Let's kick it up to full speed anyway. Monroe dropping back through the field like a stone. Eka holding on to second place valiantly at the moment. Kuramisha at the front of the grid is just disappearing. I don't have much problem with that, considering we're on the slower tyre here. Right, tyres are overheating a little bit, so we can go back to conserve. We are in Phoenix. It's probably pretty hot. It is 30 degrees. It's roasting out there, race fans. Right, I'm never going to say that again. So, we want to do about another 10, 11 laps. At the moment, tyres look like they should be able to do that. Eka falling back now. I think this was always a danger on these medium tyres. I was surprised how long she held in P2. It's like a switch has been flicked for the rest of the top 10 and they are on the attack. And she's falling back through at a rate of knots here. But we're just playing the patient game. When there's a second between the entire grid, a different tyre compound that could make potentially up to a second a lap difference is going to have this effect. So there's all the soft tyre runners are through. The first car we need to hold off is Laftinen. You know what? However I pronounce it, I'm just going to roll with it. I'm not going to think about it too much. So hopefully these tyres will go the distance. And the hope is that we can get to lap 12 or 13, which should be possible, and then put the mediums on again. And I'm thinking this top 7 are going to go onto hard tyres, in which case we will have the advantage for the final stint. And we are actually catching everybody again. Monroe is really struggling out there. He's stuck in all this traffic. I'm wondering if we go slightly different on the strategy with Monroe and we pit him quite a bit earlier than we need to and stick him on the hard tyres till the end. D'Austria, oh my god, it's on fire! The car is on fire. This is the first time I've seen this happen in the game. He's fine. He's straight back out. Just a little fire, it's fine. What the fuck is happening there? Okay, well, that was pretty exciting. I think that mechanic, you can... All the soft tyre guys have come in. They've put mediums on then. So they must think they can get 15, 16 laps, or they're two-stopping. Which is very interesting. And really opens up the door here for us to do just a one-stop. And Monroe is out of a lot of that traffic now. So I think we'll avoid bringing him in early. Yeah, I think that fire, it can either end your race, or you can sort it out and get going again. It's kind of a 50-50 chance. That was pretty spectacular though. Hope everybody's okay, of course. That's why they banned refueling. I don't know why we have it here in 2020, or wherever we are now, 2021. Right, Monroe is talking about worn tyres. We know that we don't have to be as reactionary as we used to be. We can go a lot further on these tyres now. And we're looking after them well, to be fair. So Monroe could probably go another couple of laps. I really don't have any problem or any fears about us not being able to do a one-stop on the mediums now. Especially if we take these a little bit longer than we need to. Let's not forget Monroe has to go in one lap earlier as well. So I think we'll do one more lap with Monroe and then bring him in the lap afterwards, and Eka in the lap after that. So Eka really is on her own here, and if she is the only one stopping, she's in control of this race at the moment. She's absolutely bolted from the rest of the field, which is great news. Right, Monroe, we're going to put on medium tyres. 12 laps, we only have to do 13 till the end. I don't have any, I think we'll be fine with that. I don't want to push the engines too much. I don't want too much fuel. There will only be 12 laps after the stop, so we'll put 12 laps in. Car looking a little risky in places. We're just going to have to go with it and hope. But otherwise, all is looking well. Monroe is on low fuel. Well, he's coming in this lap, so he's fine. I know what I'm doing, game. Don't worry. I think. It's sometimes questionable, but I think I'm okay. Right, Eka will come in this lap. We might have left it a little late for her. Hopefully this next lap is not too disastrous. I'll put 11.5 laps of fuel in. That front wing is looking dodgy. Rear wing looking dodgy. Hopefully she'll be okay till the end. Just going to have to go with it, really. We don't want to lose time in the stops. We're in such a good position on strategy here, I think. But we've just got to go with it. Monroe comes back out in 17th place, which isn't too bad. Eka, I was just keeping an eye on the gap behind. She's not lost barely any time that lap, so we timed that to perfection. Hopefully it's a good stop. I didn't check Monroe's, but I don't think there was a mistake. Eka back out, no problems at all, and she's going to come back out in P8 then, just ahead of Lafininin. Shush. Which is good, not stuck behind anybody, and everybody ahead of us I'm almost certain is going to have to stop. So I think, don't tell anyone, but I think we're in prime position here to win this race, possibly. Depends. Sevilla at the front is a long way away. I think it's Sevilla we were ahead of. So, oh, Monroe's lost something off the rear wing. So down to 27%, 24 on the rear wing for Eka. There's not much we can do, really. 9 laps to go. We're just going to have to pray to the racing gods that they can get over the line. Right, a few more people have made their first stops now, and Sevilla is a long way behind. P11 has gone onto the soft tyres, so might be a threat later in the race. But for the moment, we're looking on target. No one has made that second stop yet, so we don't know for certain that people are going to two-stop. To be honest, Lundqvist in second can definitely go to the end on those hard tyres. Got a little bit of excess fuel. I'm not really too bothered about using it at this point. 16% rear wing for Eka with 7 laps to go is not good news. She's in such a good position. Do we risk it, or do we bring her in and put her on the soft tyres and she can just attack to the end of the race? The problem is she's going to go way down to probably behind Monroe. We've got to risk it. There's not much else we can do. Just have to hope now. She's up to P3. I don't think Lundqvist is going to pit, but I think Kurishima is. Kurishima. The guy in first, or woman. That's not having a good time today with that. I'm thinking about it too much. P2's in. Kurishima is in. We're up to P2 then. Has a mechanical issue. Front wing low. Oh, rear wing's gone. Right, we're gonna have. Oh, such a shame. Such a shame. With 5 laps to go, we're gonna have to pit her. We're gonna have to fix that rear wing. I won't fix the front wing just because there's no need to put any more fuel in. This is heartbreaking for Eka. If Lundqvist stops, she's just lost a win because of reliability. We should have made that repair, shouldn't we, at the first stop? And we're going to have to seriously think about what level. To be fair, these are the front wings from the beginning of the season. These aren't even the new ones. They're at about 60%. So we just need to get them a lot higher before we put them on the car. Or this car is very, this track is very abusive on them. She comes back out in P17. We're going to go up to high engine mode because we've got a little bit of fuel to use, and we may as well push on these tyres now until the end. I don't think it's going to do any good though. She's down in P17. Monroe P10. No points for P10, unfortunately. So this is not a good race. The annoying thing is we got the strategy bang on. Absolutely nailed the strategy. But sometimes, you know, sometimes in motor racing, these things just happen. It's what makes it so exciting in the first place. Lundqvist did pit. Engine front wing and rear wing problems for Monroe. Push it over the line. Get out and push if you have to, Monroe. You're on your own now. Stop by a marshal and see if he's got some gaffer tape. That might do the trick. Oh, this is heartbreaking. Lundqvist pitted as well, so he would have won this race, I think. Almost certainly, if the reliability had been okay on Eka's car. Oh, God. You know, it doesn't matter too much because of how well the last race did, but it's still really disappointing. So Eka's actually overtaken someone. Lovely. She's back up to P16. I'm sure she'll be over the moon at the end of the race. She's overtaken those soft tyres. Who cares? Who cares? We had extra fuel to use with Munro, to be fair, but his engine was already struggling. And he crossed the line P10. He's not too bad about that. Eka, as I thought, is seething. She's not going to be happy. It's fair to say she's not going to want this car as her show car in her museum in a few years' time, as it's the one that lost her the Phoenix Grand Prix. Oh, what a shame. You know what, as I said, the result last time was so staggering that it kind of nulls this poor result a little bit. The big positive to take out of it is we've had the pace 2 races in a row to win. Now, this makes me wonder whether we should be turning the AI up. I think it's because we're just suddenly getting the strategies right that we're realising how easy this AI may be to beat. I don't know. We'll give it a few more races anyway, and then we'll possibly look at turning the AI level up. But to be honest, we didn't win the race. That's the point. We didn't win it, so it's still well. This is so challenging, this as it is. So it's actually a disappointing race, but again a big positive. Big boost to Eka for overtaking that. 2 drivers continue to grow, and some nice little boosts for Caroline and Ayer as well. So we got our sponsor objectives, kind of. So we get 600,000 in the bank. We didn't get the race objective, but we got the qualifying objective. So lots of money in the bank, a huge amount of parts to get ready to put on the car, and we're just going to have to wait a little bit longer, I think, before we put them on the car. Because considering, you know, those, well, they haven't been repaired yet. Well, they're not supposed to have been repaired, but they have been. Okay. When you're considering the front wing and rear wing that failed are at 67% and 66%. So we're going to have to get these new parts a lot higher, I think, before we put them on the car. Because it's not good enough. We can't throw away a win like that. We might never get that chance again for the rest of the season. But it is 2 races in a row, so we're obviously doing something right. And we're back down to 8th. That's how close this grid is. But as always, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. We continue to go from strength to strength, really. Disappointing result, but you know, it was a great performance from the car, and it's a race we should have won. As always, if you did enjoy the video, don't forget that like button. If you're new to the channel, you can subscribe as well. And as always, thank you so much for watching, everybody, and I'll see you again next time.